Yeah, if we can.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we can.
Yep.
So we just want to say again, we have a background noise.
I want to mute myself.
Actually, it's probably me.
I can mute Star. Okay, she's muted.
Okay. So Dr. Kolb, thanks for joining us today. For those who don't know and those watching online, Dr. Kolb is a pediatric cancer doctor / researcher at Nemours AI DuPont Hospital in Wilmington, Delaware. And maybe Dr. Kolb, you can, a little bit about ourselves here. As you mentioned before, we did this last year in person at Walt Disney World and rode Small World 23 times over the course of 13 hours. And along the way, we raised over $40,000 for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. And I know you used to be a member of the local board of trustees of the Leukemia Lymphoma Society in Delaware. Obviously you work in pediatric cancer, so you have a connection to that. So we really wanted to talk to you a little bit about, your background and stuff, and then hear a little bit about what day-to-day life is like as a pediatric cancer doctor. And then we had a couple other questions for you just around, personal stories and connections of cancer. So if you just want to take it away and tell us a little bit about yourself and, what you do.
Yeah. So John, thanks. And John, I think you were the coach of my first team in training event.
Yeah, I was one of the coaches then. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the DC half.
DC, yeah.
Half is all
the women's half marathon.
Yep. That was great. So thank you for that introduction, and thank you for all of you guys for doing this. This is such a fun and unique event. As John said, I'm a pediatric hematologist oncologist, and which means I spend my day taking care of kids with cancer. My specialty within that field is leukemia, and then I spend about half my time doing research. I think I always wanted to be a pediatrician. I think it's just a fun job, hanging out with kids all day. It's really a great job. And then within that field, having the opportunity to spend time with families and kids that are in crisis really is what spoke to me and keeps me coming to work every day. And it's really a privilege. I mean, to be able to help families in that situation, to be part of their treatment, part of their cure, and sometimes part of the end of life for a child. I think it's a real honor and a privilege to have the training to be able to do that. I've been doing it for 20 years, about 20 years. I've been in the field. And over the last, I guess, 5 to 8 years, my focus has really been more in the clinical research realm. So bringing new therapies to kids with leukemia primarily. And for the last 3 years, I've been working side by side with Gwen Nichols, who's the CMO for LLS, trying to change the model for how we develop drugs for kids. I think for a long time we have assumed that there would be some sort of trickle down benefit for children, because we would repurpose drugs that were developed for adults and use them in children. And I think what we found over the last 5 years with the explosion of our understanding of genomics of cancer, the genetic mutations that cause cancer, is that there's very little similarity between the types of cancer kids get and the types of cancer adults get, even if they're named the same thing. Even if a kid has a leukemia and an adult has a leukemia, they're very, very different diseases. And what we call driver events, so the genetic mistake, the mutation that drives that cell, there's very few that are shared between adults and children, which means that trickle down theory isn't going to work. It's going to work if you have a kind of a non-targeted conventional toxic chemotherapy, maybe it will work. But drug companies are putting out more and more of these precision targeted drugs. And if it's a precision targeted drug for an adult with leukemia, it's not going to work in a kid with leukemia. So what LLS learned through the Beat AML initiative is that a philanthropic partner like LLS can really be the driver behind drug development. There are some very challenging regulatory and financial barriers to developing drugs in a rare disease. The business case for that is not great. The regulations now favor more development in kids, which is great, both the FDA and the European version of the FDA called the EMA. But there's still an activation energy or a push that pharmaceutical partners need, and LLS provides that push. They are helping us build an infrastructure for clinical research that allows us to enroll a kid on a clinical trial, whether they're in San Diego or Seattle or Delaware or the Netherlands. We now will have the ability to do global trials, and that would not have been possible without the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And we have labs all across the world that are developing custom drugs for kids. We have a partnership with a lab in Seattle, and they're building special antibodies to target events that are unique to children with leukemia, and we're testing these antibodies in our lab in Delaware, and we hope that we can, in the next 4 to 5 years, take over drug development as well. There's no way a drug company is going to build this drug. We have to do it, and then with Leukemia and Lymphoma Society support, with support from organizations like Nemours, we're able to build these therapies and hopefully bring them into clinical development. But the infrastructure that LLS is supporting is what's going to make all that possible. It's a lot. Gwen and I have spent the last 3 years just building the foundation, and we hope to enroll our first patient this time next year, or hopefully next summer. So, John, I think that was a long answer to your question. I hope I covered everything.
No, that was pretty comprehensive. One question I wanted to follow up with is, you mentioned that you want to be a pediatrician. You always want to be a pediatrician, but was there a why, like a personal connection that got you into the cancer field, or was it like it's just the way your career path led you down that road? Obviously, with the idea that you want to be a pediatrician and help children.
Yeah, I don't like adults very much. I think that was the thing. I think there's something special about hospitals that are designed for kids, and I think it's like Disney, and less fun version of Disney. Lines are shorter though, but you get to, for me, just having a patient who's a child is amazing, and a partnership with a parent to take care of that kid, and that was what drove me. Extending that question a little bit, my involvement in LLS actually came not from my professional experience, but from my personal experience. My wife was diagnosed with lymphoma 13 years ago, and it's come back a couple times, and every time it's come back, it's been treated with something that LLS supported. So that's the reason I was involved in the Delaware chapter of Leukemia and Lymphoma Society was more in her honor than anything else. And but my personal and professional life has cancer therapies and research woven throughout.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You mentioned about your patient story with your wife, but is there another patient story? Last year we met a little boy named Corbin in line when we were waiting for Small World, and he was just awesome. He's a survivor. He was going through treatment, and he finished his treatment. He was at Walt Disney World, celebrating with his family, and we randomly ran into him in line. And you have those connections with people in random places, through the LLS when we're out fundraising and stuff. And, it just really touched our team. And I didn't know, as you as a doctor, I mean, I'm sure you get those stories every day, but if there's something that really stands out to you in that respect of, something really, the story you tell, when you tell your why, that's the story that stands out when you're at a dinner party, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there are a couple. Of course, I don't have a favorite patient, but if I did, her name would be Cameron. She was diagnosed with myeloma, which is an adult blood cancer, and extremely, extremely rare in children. And she was diagnosed early in her teenage years and needed chemotherapy, a couple bone marrow transplants, and had complications from those bone marrow transplants that were pretty extensive. And she at one point actually needed to have open heart surgery to fix a blood clot, which is another rare side effect. She seemed to have every rare side effect that was possible, and she just has an amazing spirit and an amazing fight, and pushed through all of this, and inspired me and inspired the staff every step of the way. And she was married during all of this COVID pandemic stuff, so I had the opportunity to go to her wedding, which was really quite remarkable to see her on that journey and continue all the milestones of life despite the barriers that she faced. It was really extraordinary. Another patient story that I remember is another adolescent, another teenager who had a really terrible form of leukemia that we just couldn't get under control. And he was nearing the end of his life, and he was in the hospital very sick. And he decided he wanted to go skydiving. And we found a place, even though he was 15 or 16 at the time, we found a place that would bend the rules and let him go skydiving. And we got him out of the hospital for probably about 4 hours, which was a remarkable feat for him to be able to muster the strength to do that. And we went skydiving. I didn't realize I was going skydiving until we got there.
Wow.
And he told me I was there to support him. I get nauseous on the It's a Small World ride, so skydiving was a big deal for me. And then he made me go first. That was his wish, to push me out of the plane, which was great. But he passed away a couple weeks later. So really amazing strength for him to do that, courage to do it. The courage to jump out of a plane was nothing compared to everything he had been through at that point. And, but it's also a sobering reminder of how much work we have to do. And, I carry those memories with me as much as I do the happy memories of somebody like Cameron.
Yeah, that's amazing. The way that the different people come into your life and touch your life and drive you forward to keep working for your mission.
Yeah.
So on a note, let's change it a little bit. You mentioned Disney a little bit. Are you a Disney fan, or been to Disney World, Disneyland?
Yeah. So I took a family trip to Disney World when my kids were young. We've been there a few times. Of course, I bought the 5-day pass for Disneyland, which doesn't work when you roll up to Disney World. But they were very generous and let me exchange them. But I don't do well with rides. My wife made me go on Space Mountain, told me it was no big deal, and take my son. And I think I was sick for like 2 days. But I love Epcot. Epcot's great.
Yeah, I was going to ask what your favorite ride attraction experience there, but I guess
walking around.
Don't go up in space at Epcot then.
Yeah, right, exactly. Walking around Epcot, that's my favorite ride.
Yeah, okay. That's great. Yeah, all the food and drinks and stuff.
Yep.
A lot of people here on this call. That's their favorite too.
Yeah.
So then I just want to, a last question for you. Is there anything else you want to tell us? I know you have your own fundraising initiative there within the hospital that Rose Bevilacqua helps you administer. If you want to tell us about that. This isn't a fundraiser for the LLS, but we're happy to, cross promote, the work you're doing with the LLS and partnership with the LLS and funding for your own lab and things like that. So if anything else you want to tell us about, give us links or share it with us, and we're gonna be happy to help you out any way we can. And we really appreciate your time, spending time on Saturday morning to come and talk to a bunch of lunatics that are on a Zoom call for 24 hours.
Well, it's certainly my pleasure. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing. And I appreciate you mentioning Rose, because I'm sure she's watching and she would kill me if I didn't mention the Nemours Children's Health System, which is where I work. It is one of the nation's largest children's health system. We have 3 hospitals, one in Wilmington, Delaware, 2 in Florida, northern Florida, in Jacksonville, and central Florida, in Orlando. We put more kids on NCI funded clinical trials than almost any other program in the country. We're in the top 5 in NCI enrollments for kids with cancer. And though we're in the small state of Delaware, we have a fairly large program across with sites across 5 different states. And we serve a lot of patients. And I think especially this year, with the impact of COVID on patients and families, the impact of COVID on everything that we do in our day, and on fundraising, we are grateful for all of you to find innovative ways to raise money. And we're going to continue to find innovative ways to treat cancer and to study how to treat cancer. And it really is, as you mentioned, it really is a partnership. We can't provide the care that we provide without people supporting their local institutions and without people supporting organizations like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It really is a partnership with the community and with all of you to do what we do. We this past year just have, we've dedicated a lot of money that Rose has raised to support physical therapists and occupational therapists that come to our clinic, Child Life that works with the patients and families. We've done a lot to serve our patients and families where English isn't their first language, to make sure that they get the same care and have the same understanding of the care that they're receiving. And none of that is supported by insurance companies. All of that is supported by the community. And I mentioned how we're trying to, in the lab, design and build new therapies directly for kids that are geared exclusively for children. And much of that work is supported by community donors, and we're grateful for all of you for doing what you do.
That's awesome. Thank you for everything you do for kids and cancer. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's awesome. It's amazing what you do. I just wanted to open it up to anybody else on the call. If you wanted to ask Dr. Kolb a question, anything else you wanted to know about, hear about?
Well, I would say just thanks for coming and taking a ride with us on Small World. If you don't,
you don't get motion sickness here.
No.
I probably could.
And you're welcome to ride as many rides as you want to with us. We're here all day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
We rode Rocket Roller Coaster earlier. We rode. We haven't ridden Tower of Terror yet. Virtually, maybe we'll get to that shortly. No. Yeah.
And then we've definitely found some very weird takeoffs of It's a Small World.
Yes. There's several around the world rip-offs of It's a Small World with a wide variety of quality.
Yeah.
Let's just hope we don't do research like that quality. We do a much better job with research, thank God.
Yeah.
And one of them unintentionally horrifying.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. So what Dr. Cole, what exactly is your role with LLS? I just see you listed here on the page as Deemer Center for Cancer and Blood Disorders. Okay. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. So the Leukemia Lymphoma Society this year launched a children's initiative, a much more intentional and directed funding program for childhood leukemias, childhood blood cancers. And I co-chair the clinical trial side of that with Gwen. So Gwen and I do that together. I still work for Nemours, but I am part of that LLS Children's Initiative. And we have, under that umbrella, we have investigators all around the world that are contributing to the initiative and to developing these clinical trials for kids with relapsed leukemias.
Cool. Surely somebody else has got some further questions about leukemia, lymphoma.
I don't have any questions, but I really want to thank you for joining us. And I did not realize, and the education you just provided, I did not realize that childhood leukemia and adult leukemia were so wildly different. I mean,
Yeah.
I have several adult friends who are, one who is in remission and one who is like a permanent kind of leukemia. So she's continually on medication. But I didn't realize that adolescents and children had such a different,
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah, the way I describe it is that life is carcinogenic, right? Over time you just develop these mistakes in your blood and the cells that make your blood, and in some people that turns into leukemia. Rarely, thankfully, but in some people. An infant just doesn't have time to accumulate those mistakes. It's usually one catastrophic event inside the cell that turns it into a leukemia, and it tends to be much more aggressive and some cases more treatable, in part because a child can actually handle a lot more therapy than an adult, and we tend to push the envelope a little bit more in kids to make sure that they have the best chance for being cured. So the main differences are just in the fact that kids are, all cancers are caused by a mutation, a mistake in the cell that causes it to behave abnormally. In adults, it may take 5 or 6 mutations that are accumulated over 5 or 6 decades of life. In kids, it's usually just one catastrophic event inside the cell, and it could happen in the first day of life. It could happen in the second decade of life, but it's usually a different type of mutation. And then the other main difference is the host. Kids can take a lot more. Kids are a lot tougher than us, so they can handle a lot more therapy. And we need to make sure that the therapy is different. That we're giving them as much as they can handle, but more than the leukemia can handle. And that's a tough balance, but we've all been doing it a long time, and I think we have some really effective approaches.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So just one strange question. So if a person has it during childhood and then it goes into remission and then they get it again as an adult, is it going to be like totally different treatment, or can you go based on, or I guess it's based on the individual, but you know what I'm trying to say? Is it the same treatment that they would with a child, or is it going to change? Or
it depends on, so if the leukemia hasn't come back in 3 to 5 years, that it's probably gone completely. So if a patient goes another 20 years before getting it, it's probably actually a different leukemia, a new one. But there are some similarities in therapy. but there are more differences than there are similarities at this point. And, you know, just in this last 3 years, there have been 8 new drugs approved for adults with leukemia, and only a couple for kids. And so, you know, and a lot of those therapies are targeted for specific mutations that only occur in adults, not in kids.
That is actually shocking. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of those things either. I mean, obviously kids' bodies are different from adults, but I never.
Yeah, they're tough and they smell better too.
Yeah. I don't know, man, not always.
Not always.
I had one question. I said, with the cooperation we have now with the European version of the FDA, and I've heard that we're also cooperating with some other ones like that. I think Australia, I think is one. And I'm not sure how many others. Do we have anything that looks real promising that's coming out of those, zones, which through this new cooperation could get to help our patients faster over here?
Yeah, so I give the FDA and the EMA a lot of credit, because they are really engaged in solving these problems. Doing clinical research in a rare disease is not easy. You need enough patients, and you need to be able to do the research everywhere, not just in the large cities, because these kids show up everywhere, and that causes some very significant challenges in how we conduct the clinical trials. And the EMA and FDA have both really tried to understand what those challenges are and what that means for the type of clinical trials we can do and the data that will be submitted to them at the end. We're not going to do a 4,000 patient randomized trial at 2 large institutions. You know, we may only get 200 or 300 kids on that type of trial, and it may be at 200 institutions rather than just a couple. So we meet with we over the last few years have met with the EMA and FDA many times to work through these issues, and we hope in response to that we're going to, in the next 2 or 3 years, launch 7 different trials for kids with new and exciting and targeted therapies. The companies have to meet regulatory requirements, and the FDA and EMA over the last 20 years have instituted regulatory requirements for pediatric drug development. But there have been enough loopholes in those requirements, or enough opportunities for the companies to interpret it the way they want, that it hasn't had the impact that we want it to. But this year, with the Race for Cures Act, which requires it has a different set of requirements for pediatric drug development, we've seen companies a lot more engaged, and give them credit too. They're not at the table because their arms are twisted behind their back. They really do want to develop drugs for children and do it the right way. But they have, they answer to shareholders as well. So the regulatory requirements make this a favorable business case for them, so that they do it. And LLS has been a great partner in bringing the companies to the table, making sure that us in the academic community understand their needs and understand the importance of keeping the FDA and EMA happy. That's what the drug companies want to do, and finding that common ground that allows us to launch these clinical trials. So, but I think that having been doing this for 20 years, I haven't seen what I have seen over the last 2 years, which is this real private public philanthropic partnership with and with the regulators as well, with EMA and FDA, trying to solve these really challenging problems. And it's been great to be a part of it.
So I have a question, and I apologize, I came in partway through, but has COVID played an impact with the research being done this year? I mean, with how many drugs you said, that's still amazing in this time, but I just wanted to see what more 2020 has wreaked havoc on us.
Yeah, lots of impacts. I think at the patient level, it's really challenging for families, and we, because they need to be tested so much before they get procedures, before they're admitted. We've actually increased the number of times they need to come to the hospital, which nobody wants to do, especially families that are traveling for hours and hours. And so their fatigue and participation in research is threatened a bit. From the institutional level, I think many hospitals around the country have lost a lot of money, and it makes it hard to do the things that are the extras, critical, but the extras that are not revenue generating, right? That's we need to do a lot for kids to get them through therapy that aren't revenue generating, but critical for the care of that patient. And those things are threatened, and we need to find other ways to support the people and the resources that provide that. At kind of a national level, it has certainly changed everybody's priorities. There's research focused on treating COVID. There are resources dedicated exclusively to COVID, and there has been, all of our national meetings are virtual, and that's a challenge as well. I think we're also seeing some patients who are coming in sicker than they would have in 2019, just because they're not coming to get care as early as possible. So that's going to affect our outcomes. It's going to affect what we see in the results in these new clinical trials, that I don't think we fully understand the impact of that yet, but we can project. So I think these 2020 and to some extent 2021 will have impacts that we may not fully appreciate for another 5 or 10 years. But I think everybody's aware of it and doing our best.
Right. Yeah. I work with a lot of data in my day job, and I'm like, it's really hard to look at data as being like statistically significant because of COVID. And
yep.
So it's just a shame because of what it does to patients. And then I think there's a mental health component, because these kids are going through cancer and their parents can't be with them, or only one. And mental health is a big part in getting through the battle as well. So,
yep. Yep. Yeah, and I think it puts a lot of stress on people that are doing the work every day. We've seen that with some of the associates that take care of these kids, worrying about their own families, getting their own kids set up for Zoom calls and for school and all of that, and having to continue their day jobs. It's a lot. It's a lot for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a question or comment?
Those were some good questions.
Yeah.
Yep. No, thank you all for the great questions, and thank you for the song that'll be in my head all day long.
Yeah. And thank you for joining us here and taking time out of your Saturday to
Of course.
give us a little bit of perspective on what it's like. I think we all learned a lot today. We take that forward in our future fundraising efforts.
Yeah, and I can't say enough how important what you guys are doing is. This is the fuel that keeps the work moving forward, and the folks that are using Leukemia Lymphoma Society support to do their research are some of those dedicated people that I know, and they are taking good care of the money that you raised and driving towards a collaborative, cooperative, and important goal. So thank you all. Thank you all for the support.
And thank you too. We all like to come out here and do silly things, you know, for a good cause. We're just out here having fun, but it's good to hear about, you know, what the efforts that we do to, you know, make fools out of ourselves on YouTube, but the good things that they help bring about.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, John,
Yeah.
maybe I'll see you out on the road soon.
Yeah, you might.
Great.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Dr. Cole.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Dr.
everybody.
Have a good
Cole.
weekend. Bye.
Sure don't want to ride Tower of Terror with us?
Are we doing a ride now?
Man,
Yeah, we could set it up.
that's something else. I just never really thought much about how kids' diagnoses, well, obviously kids are different from adults, but I didn't realize it was that stark.
Yeah, I did not realize at all that there was such a big difference between the kinds of like things that caused the cancer rather than, you know,
Yeah.
as he said, the catastrophic event in a kid versus buildup in an adult.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
conduct pediatric clinical trials, and our mantra was always, a child is not a small adult.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, and the number of drugs between kids and adults, that was kind of shocking too.
Mhm.
And that's mostly a business reason for that, because we have a larger population.
Interesting.
All right. What are we going to ride now?
Let's go back to Magic Kingdom.
Okay. Let's do it.
Been a while.
Ride number 30.
Are we on Facebook? Because I don't see anything.
It was.
We're
We're having some issues because with Facebook, especially when we play the videos,
Hold on a second.
because the music is causing it.
Let me try.
we're definitely still running on
YouTube. I can see it on YouTube.
YouTube.
All right. Can we share the YouTube links back to Facebook? Just so we're covered?
Yeah.
'Cause the YouTube-
That's how I've done it, and it hasn't come down yet.
Yeah, YouTube hasn't stopped, and it's always going to be the same link. It's same. It just goes to the channel and live.
All right.
So, all right.
Are you sharing it, Ann?
I'm looking for the YouTube link right now.
I posted in the main page.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Nicole,
All right.
her,
All right. I'm gonna start the video.
Oh, we had it.
Didn't like that. Hold on. Let me stop the sharing.
Yeah, we lost your, we flipped back to your desktop. Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't seeing a video. Were you guys seeing video?
We saw it for a couple of seconds.
Oh, I only saw black. Let me share again.
I think maybe the ride heard Dr. Kolb saying that he didn't like it, and it just decided to not cooperate with us. Frozen now.
Yeah. To the desktop. Hang on a second.
Well,
We'll try one more time. If this doesn't work, we'll go to another one.
no, actually, you are live now.
Okay, so we're back on Facebook Live. Good.
Yep, yep. It just what didn't show up as a notification.
Yeah, Facebook has been weird. It's been lately sending me notifications of things that happened like 3 hours before.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, here we go.
See if this works. It kicked me out again. All right, let's try a different video.
And where are we going here?
Disneyland.
Okay.
See if this
Give it a
works.
try.
No, it keeps kicking me out back to my desktop.
All right, let me download one.
Let me get something going here. Did I get Paris going?
Bienvenue à bord de ce Small World. À notre réglage, pour votre sécurité, veuillez rester assis et garder bras et mains à l'intérieur du bateau. Ne fumez pas à bord.
Just letting the video catch up for a second. It's a little choppy.
Okay, well,
Et n'utilisez pas de flash. Merci.
Welcome to It's a Small World. Remain seated at all times, and please, no smoking. Thank you. Willkommen zu the Cockpit. Bleiben Sie sitzen.
Try it. I'm going to exit out of this. Hang on. We'll try one more time.
all right. Let me know if you still can't get it.
You have something, Andrew?
I mean, I can just always run them from here. Gosh, just why to the Dropbox?
Bienvenidos al mundo pequeño. Quédense sentados durante el viaje y por favor no fumen. Gracias.
Bienvenue à bord de ce Small World. À notre
Try one more thing. Oh, it says I can't minimize it. I'm doing that. Turn my video off and see if it does anything. Last time, we'll go back to Magic Kingdom and see if this works.
All right, one more try, and then
Then you're gonna do it. We're good?
Inside the boat, and please watch your children. Thank you. Bienvenidos. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados
Yay!
Woo!
I think John is taking a small world break, so I just stopped the screen sharing. Oh well.
Yeah, I was gonna do it if you didn't. I was like,
Yes, we're riding up the ramp to the edge there. Yeah. Oh goodness! I'll wait till John. When John gets back, I need to go take a physical therapy break.
I'm here. What happened? Good.
Here, oh,
the ride ended.
the video ended and I stopped it.
Oh, I stopped it. I was here.
Oh,
I had the video off because it was
all right.
eating up too much of my bandwidth.
I'm gonna take a quick physical therapy break.
Am I still sharing my screen?
No.
No,
Okay.
Andrew started to share his to try to stop your video. That was what our plan was,
Okay.
because we thought you were away.
No, I picked up a trail over there.
Good morning, Reed.
Hey, say hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Reed. How'd you sleep?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Did you dream about It's a Small World?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
did?
what did you how did you dream about it? What was going on?
Good.
How was your dreams? What did you dream about?
Nothing.
Nothing. No. All of a sudden, he's camera shy. He had the headphones on the whole time for the ride. And
Is
then-
it time for Saturday
Mommy.
morning cartoons, Reed?
He doesn't really do the cartoons. He watches his own stuff.
That was a formative part of my childhood many, many years ago.
He much rather put on an episode of Toy Story.
Oh, that's a pretty good choice.
Where are you going, bud?
He said, I slept all night. I got all the energy now.
Yeah.
Mommy. Mommy. Hey, Mommy. Mommy.
Just mute while he's yelling.
Excuse me, Mommy. Mommy,
Can you guys hear me?
where are you?
We can hear Reed mostly.
Okay. I was just testing out the mute off my headphones. It's not working.
Ah,
So we're 100 hours away from 28,000. I don't know if anybody saw that.
we're $100 from 28,000.
We're like 27,907. I'm putting a post out on my page. So
Awesome.
I can't play right this second, okay? We'll get it out in a minute. I'll say it, yeah. Can we hang out with it? I don't know. You make me. I don't know. Oh. I hit you. I bumped you. Better not.
Yeah, 27,932.
We're like 68 and some change. 67 and some change away.
27. Oh, yeah, right. Away from 28. My brain is no longer working.
But I can still do math. Y'all should be impressed.
That's awesome.
I can't normally do math. So.
Yeah, my brain is about tapioca pudding right now.
Cool.
So Andy, was that 30 or 31?
That was 30.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey
okay,
guys,
cool.
I am with my No Name Run Club. And they want to wish us luck.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
They're all saying
Thank
thank
you.
you. Woohoo!
It's a small
Go team.
world after all. when you turn around and you meet us, you can join.
Okay, so there's your fun adventure. There's your low.
Tell them we need $68 for $28,000.
We need what?
Except for the one who
We need
Except for the water, yeah,
$68 to hit
except for the water
28,000.
committee. So
Okay.
you.
Shake some change loose.
Working on it, and probably be from me. We're gonna get a little bit of help. Mine, I'm not gonna leave it again.
But this is. Yeah, so currently we are scheduled to do a power hour.
Yeah, just share out the links.
Yeah.
I put out a thing that said we're less than $100 away, see if that drives anything. We'll take small steps and see what we can gather.
Mm-hmm.
Start to shake loose her cohorts there to shake some change out of their pockets.
We should be getting some money soon. So does anyone need anything from Walmart?
Hold on.
What, everyone's laughing at me for saying that?
I cannot.
You deliver?
Mom is doing.
It might be a bit
Sure.
of a drive to get it to us.
It's a great thing called like Amazon or Walmart delivery or something, I'm sure.
It's freaking cold here. I just let the dogs in. Ooh.
So of course I'm feeding information to my friends while the doctor was on, and they're all just looking like, wow, that's pretty astonishing. They learned a lot too.
Good.
Yeah, that was a really great interview guest, whatever.
Yeah, he's very good.
Sincerely, I wish I knew how to edit. It would be really cool if we could just edit that and have that as part of our link and then keep that as like permanent Small World fundraising lore.
Oh, we can download the YouTube thing and edit it down.
Wouldn't that, I mean, like permanently put that on the It's a Small World page.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm sure they wouldn't mind doing that.
Don't you think?
No, it's not hard to do. Won't get done today or this week, but
we have 52 weeks at least to do it.
Yeah.
Don't you love I have a cell phone, can travel?
Are you going into Walmart now?
I am.
No.
Looks like it.
Yes. Does anyone need anything from the Walmart? And I was going to say, look, we got the creepy pumpkins from Happy Ride. Oh no. Okay, I'm about to beat it. This is just what we need for a break. I'm totally about to beat it. He has arms.
He has arms?
Yes.
Oh, he does. He should be on that ride.
Totally.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Okay, we didn't know Walmart could provide entertainment, did we?
Oh no, we always knew Walmart could provide entertainment.
Yep.
Okay.
Walmart
Somehow
provides tons of entertainment.
Somehow my Zoom's not letting me flip the camera because I was going to show you all the happy shoppers, but I guess we're better off with just me. Okay, any food challenges that I need to get food for too?
That crazy hot potato chip thing these people are doing.
I'm not doing that. Let's
These
see.
people who aren't me.
Excuse
Do they
me.
have the Baby Yoda cereal there?
I saw it at Publix the other day.
Wait, Baby Yoda cereal?
Yes.
Well-
Actually, do they have, I'm at the wrong one, but they do have for Frozen, they do have Welch's Fruit Juice and Frozen, Mickey, Pixar, Marvel, Mario Brothers, Spider-Man, Scooby-Doo, Minions.
What are those?
Okay, I need to buy the
What are they?
fruit juice, the Welch's Fruit Juice.
Oh,
Like a fruit roll up?
No, the chews like the Welch's Fruit Juice.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. I don't have kids. I don't eat that kind of little kids food.
I'm truly a fruit juice type mode, aren't I? Okay. This is just what you guys want to watch me do, is go shopping, but I'm assuming you guys are thinking, ooh, this is entertainment.
it really is. I hate to say it.
I'll be back in a minute.
We haven't gone to
Sounds like
sleep.
I'm
This
out.
is good.
Okay, there's the Rice Krispie. Okay, and I'm looking for the Baby Yoda cereal. So here, I'll go down cereals and see if I see Baby Yoda. I know they had a huge display of it at Publix. I'm sorry, it is striking out here. I do not see it here.
I haven't been able to find it up here in New Jersey.
They do have it. If you want me to send you some at Publix when I go to Publix this week, if you need me to send you some, I can. Be more than happy to.
I think Andy's weighing that right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want, I can run across the street to Publix now and get it now so you can see it.
I don't know, maybe they have, I wonder if Publix does like online and they send things in the mail or something.
They don't. They're not that good.
No. And look, we've already gotten to the Christmas ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh. You guys see the eggnog ice cream?
I saw the peppermint. Oh, yeah. eggnog.
Peppermint. They have eggnog too.
It's not time for that stuff. They just need to back right up.
Okay, so let's go down the Halloween aisle and see what exciting things we see, which would be nothing. Right? No, the pumpkin with the
does
orange is
have
better.
Baby Yoda cereal.
Do they?
Yes, I just looked it up on Walmart.com.
Okay, so do me a favor. Look in Hollywood, Florida.
Okay, hang on.
33019 is the zip code, and see if they have it here, and I'll
Wait,
pick it
wait,
up.
wait. Back up, back up, back up. Back
Okay,
up. What was the zip code?
33019.
Okay. That was just entirely too fast.
That's true. Okay, they have creepy Snap Crackle and Pop Rice Krispie treats.
Mandalorian cereal.
Notice I'm going down the cereal aisle again.
Hang on. I'm
Okay,
trying
here you
to
go.
figure out-
That's the brand of cereal you guys need now.
Wait, what was that zip code? 33.
019,
Thank you.
and it's on Sheridan Street. But I'm pretty sure it would be standing out really big. And as I
Mandalorian.
said, I can run across the street if you want me to.
Hang on. Patience Grasshopper. They do not have it at
I'm
your
seeing you can
Walmart.
order it with delivery from Target. So.
Okay, so your choice. Do you want me to run across the street
So-
to,
No, I think I can get it.
So
Okay.
Andy, you can check the price at Walmart because you can order it for next day delivery from Walmart. From Walmart.com, but Walmart
there you go.
grocery pickup doesn't have it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let me check that.
The Walmart website is all AFU'd. Here's the link in the chat if you want it. There.
Yes, we raise money and we shop. Woohoo!
Hey, I am a professional shopper. Thank you.
I would believe that. I would totally believe that.
Yeah. If you
There's
saw
an
my house,
Insta-
you would absolutely believe it. It looks like a Disney
There's an
store. throw up.
Instapot on clearance.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm not going to lose my place in line to see how much it is, but I don't cook, for those of you who know.
I have cooked more since March than I ever wanted to cook.
Yeah.
Well, I just remodeled my kitchen, so I jokingly say I have a beautifully redone museum. So. Yay, I'm now checking out. Boy, I feel like I'm leading an Andrew life now. Let me show you everything I'm doing. But my stuff is not as near as fun as Andrew's.
Insert cash or select payment type.
I am sincerely providing this break, this entertainment break.
Hey, we'll take it.
We need it. We need it, believe me.
Hey, I had a cup of coffee, which means I'm gonna be hyper for quite a while. Do I need to go past Spooky Pumpkins again, or have we had enough?
We can always watch the ride again if you want to see Spooky Pumpkins.
No, I was gonna say, you know, they're right here at Walmart. But you know, the one in the distance still with the arm still takes the cake.
Oh God, yeah.
But hey, at least there's Halloween out here.
Lily, lay down.
So now, even though I've already had coffee, it's like, pumpkin spice coffee.
Impulse shopping at its finest.
Thank you for shopping at Walmart. So, Andy, did you get your Baby Yoda cereal yet?
Yeah, I can get it at Target.
Okay.
The
seriously-
Walmart was only pick up in store.
Okay.
Okay. So I just reposted everything, hopefully.
All right.
28,360.
Yeah, way
But
to
that's
go.
28. Awesome. Hey, I'm gonna put a video on because I gotta go. I'm gonna go downstairs and read for a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so ride number 31.
I've done this enough. I should be able to. I should have this down pat by now. And turn my video off. I'm gonna connect from my phone and see if I can do that when I'm downstairs, so I don't miss anything. So. 1 second. Share my screen. Where are we going? We did magic.
Pick a long one that we've got plenty of time downstairs.
Yeah.
We'll do Magic Kingdom again. It's like a 14-minute ride.
Mhm.
Inside the boat, and please
Please remain seated until the boat comes to a complete stop at the dock and you are asked to disembark. Thank you. Por favor, permanezca sentado hasta que el bote se detenga en el muelle y se le pida que desembarque. Gracias. Please remain seated until your boat comes to a complete stop at the dock and you are asked to disembark. Thank you. Permanezca sentado hasta que el bote se detenga en el muelle y se le pida que desembarque.
Just in time for this. Yay. John, where'd you go?
He's with Reed.
He's with Reed.
Yep.
Let me kill his screen again. There we go. There we go. Saw Robert joined us.
Yeah, is he like hidden?
Robert is riding the ride.
Oh yeah, he's on the ride. He needs to be live streaming from there.
Yeah. Or at least like checking in with some audio or visual or something.
I think
I think he's live streaming to his own site.
Oh.
His YouTube group. Yeah.
Here with the ears.
Yes. You heard it first here, folks. We have people there live on the ground right now at Disney, streaming Small World.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
While I sit at home and eat delicious lentil and ham soup.
Mm.
All the sustenance that a man needs for running about the day, spending the whole day online, hearing from awesome doctors who are going to kick cancer's ass. Yeah.
Yes.
Here is Robert's link in our chat.
In our chat. That's a
Thank you.
link to Walmart.
Right now.
Oh. Is he streaming?
Yes.
He is.
Well, he was. It might be paused at the moment.
No, it's on.
There we are.
So I
Oh,
got,
yeah.
so I'm streaming to YouTube while I watch someone else's YouTube stream.
But you should be able to share it.
Yeah, just like you can share your screen with the other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, because it's on our site, we are sharing it.
Oh, are we now?
If you see, do you see the video?
I do.
You guys hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
No, I can't hear it. Did you share the sound? Andy, did you share that?
Yeah.
When you do it, you have to share sound
You have to
too.
share the sound.
Food time? Yeah, let's get some food, buddy. Here we go.
We'll get it running. We'll get it running.
Yeah, we had it a second ago. I don't know what happened.
If you guys couldn't hear it.
We couldn't hear you.
That's correct.
Well, not me. You got to hear him.
Right.
I mean, I could turn it on my own thing and
I can try it again. Let me see.
Commercial. There he is.
So I joined them for a few hours last night, and they just stayed up. They kept going. They had a lot of fun. It's been really cool over there on their page, and I'm really happy that we got to be a part of this today because
How's this?
it's really great. It's a great cause, and so far we haven't completely lost our minds. I mean,
And we're not even an hour
we may
in,
have
so I
lost
can't
them
really-
before when we chose to do this, but we haven't lost them from this, so that's a good thing.
So we are going to point out in this ride where the hidden real pineapple is.
Yep.
The puppy is no longer there in the ride that got shared around.
Yeah, Fifi was there a couple weeks ago, but she's gone.
So she's not there anymore, but there's now a real pineapple.
Yeah, I don't know how long the pineapple's been there, but she saw it the other day, and it's
I
still
saw
here.
it when we were here
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's been there for 2 days. I mean, pineapples only last so long.
Get the announcement overhead. Jill said we're out of our mind. We've been online for 14 hours. Yeah, you're over halfway there though, so it's a good thing, right? Now I get that song in my head.
Hey, I mean,
That's
it's a good
better than
song.
Small World.
It's a good song.
Better than Small World.
And take physical distancing between your party and others.
Now, I saw someone else in the comments. I saw a couple people saying which one was their favorite rooms. We saw the White Room. I love that one because the meaning behind it. It's a great one. I love that final room. But I think my favorite is probably the Polynesian. Not Polynesian. That's not the right word. It represents Australia and New Zealand and like all of that. I forget what the name. Oceania. There we go. The Oceania room. Because I love like the kangaroo, the koala, the dingo, the guy with the boomerang, the little kiwi birds over there. Like I love the whole thing. So that one's probably my favorite. And I think it was
I
Rachel.
think I like the white one the best because I really like the costumes in there. And so I'm going to go with that one.
I think it was Rachel or maybe Nikki said it was that same room because one of the hula dancers goes way faster than the others. It is true. The middle one or the 1 second to the end, I think, goes way faster than all the others.
She had her coffee.
She's had coffee in the morning.
With a few shots.
Yeah, a couple different espresso shots in there.
She's been riding Small World a long time.
Christina said my son likes the Mexico room.
That's a good one.
Susan said how many times are we up to? We're in line for number 3. It was
So we're
Nikki.
doing good.
Nikki said who the dancers. There we go. Also, Lindsay said the Netherlands section with the geese. The geese are cute. I like them at the beginning and at the end. And they're like honking along. It's great. Joey said the ramp leading out. That's good. I won't go. Yeah, that's right. Yep. The white room and the hula room. Joanne said if we've done this before, it's a great idea. We've not. Now, this was done last year by the people who are over there on the page live right now. But this was not something I was aware of last year. And if we knew, we would have been part of it. We didn't know about it. So now that we found out about it this year, we wanted to join in. So it's having a lot of fun.
So if you would like to donate, there is a link in the description below as well as a pinned link in the chat.
Yep.
You can go to either of those. And if you aren't sure where to find it, it is herewithears.com/smallworld.
All one word.
All one word.
Yep.
And so thank you guys so much who have donated already. And we hope you guys are having a lot of fun at home.
Yeah, we're
Thank you
having
for
fun here
tuning
so
in. Thank
far.
you for supporting us. The comments are keeping us sane. They're giving us something to pay attention to.
Yeah, we're like,
Just
while
go
we're on the
running.
ride, we're just reading the chat. We're not actually paying attention to the ride because if we do, we
Well,
might
a little bit,
completely lose
because
our
I did see
minds.
the pineapple this time.
That's true, that's true.
And I did talk about the geese that I called ducks.
Andrew Nerney's here. He's also over there on the Small World Challenge feed. Said it's feed inception right now. That's awesome. Nikki said next year we all should coordinate take over Small World. That would be awesome.
So we didn't find out about this until maybe a month ago.
It was, yeah, like a month and a half ago we found out about it. So it actually happened, we were talking about live streams. So we do live streams every Monday here in the parks and at the resorts and stuff like that. We were talking about different things we could do to like have fun, you know? And one of the things that we came up with was like, what if we rode the same ride all day for an entire day? I was like, that'd be kind of fun. What rides could we actually do that on? And Small World was one of the ones we thought was like, it'd be hilarious, right? Yep. Because it's like such a bad idea that's good, right? So we thought, someone's probably already done that. Let's see if anyone's ever done that before. And when I Googled it, the Small World Challenge came up and I found out that that was something they did to help raise money for charity. And it was for a charity I was actually somewhat familiar with too. So I was like, okay, well, if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it with them since they are planning something this year. I don't want to just do it to like have fun. Let's actually do it and raise some money. So that was when I reached out to John and joined them. And yeah, it's been really great. Andrew said he likes our shirts.
Thank you.
I don't know if he designed them. I think he just wore one. Yeah, he had one too. They have 2020 on the back. We got the updated one. But I mean, I'm wearing a backpack, so it doesn't really, you know, you can't see the back. That's okay. DGG just donated. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Andrew said that imagine all day on the teacups. That would be for a different charity, I feel like.
It's a lot shorter ride. Like you'd get on like 50 times.
Wow, I'm trying to think through like what could you raise money for while riding the teacups? Is there a charity that supports motion sickness? I think that would definitely be it.
I don't know.
Mom came through with the update on the donation, said we just hit 90% of our goal of $1,000.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
I feel like we should have set our goal a little bit higher. Like I feel like we should bump the goal up. Andrew said we could do it for the Vertigo Association of America. Is that a real thing? Is that for I mean, like your mom could join because she has.
I literally don't think I could do that.
Your mom has vertigo
Jill said
issues.
you can go in and bump up your.
Okay, well while we're on the next ride, I'll go in on the other phone and we'll try to bump up the
Andrew said no, it's not.
It's not a real thing. Okay, I wondered.
I was like, I've never heard of that, but I mean, okay.
Yeah, that's okay though.
I'm trying to see all
Michelle
these
said my best friend's currently in remission for leukemia, preparing for a bone marrow transplant. When I told her what you're doing, it moved her to tears. That's awesome. Yeah, we can't take credit for this. It was a group effort from a bunch of awesome people, and we're just joining in. So
yes, we are really excited we can be here in person. I know that was really tough for them to not be able to. They did put a lot of planning and work into it. So thank you all for tuning in, joining us today, and just having fun. Even if you keep it on silent while we're on the ride, we hope you can join us while we're in the line. We're gonna have some fun with it.
I'm enjoying it so far. Now what did Andrew say? I scrolled by too quickly.
Here, I'll pull that down here.
Oh, teacups could be something for the brain. Rachel specializes in treating people with vertigo. There are Vestibular Disorder Association. Okay.
I I would.
I don't know if you wouldn't be able to ride teacups. I mean, not all day. I could probably, but
As long as we didn't
That's awesome.
spin it, I could probably do it.
yeah, if
But
you don't
we
if you don't
spun it
actually
every
spin,
time-
yeah, that'd be a lot.
But I don't think you can
Man,
video
can you
that
imagine
either.
how
Like,
hard, how tired your arms would be from spinning that thing over and over? Hi, 2. Thank you.
It's a different person this time. She's not.
It's different. It's been different people every time so far. They're switching out really
The rest of the time
frequently.
it's the same guy.
Maybe it's out in the hour.
But now she's down here and there's another guy up there. So.
Row 11. All right. Percy said we're heading out now. Tell Alan to keep watching. Yeah, Alan, you keep it on the TV. We're gonna ride Small World again. Can we get on? Should we get on?
I mean, I don't think we're supposed to. Family Carlos is gonna stay there, so.
All right, if there's room.
All right, here we go.
We're on round 3.
Gotta take our selfie. All right.
I have been looking for Walter. Jill and Andrew said make sure you look for Walter. I'm gonna ask next time around. I've been looking for him. I haven't seen him. At least not yet.
Ooh, that's very bouncy.
It is very bumpy. Oof. Hey Danielle. Monorails and Magic said People Mover all day. I could get behind People Mover too.
Welcome to It's a Small World. For your safety,
Carousel all day, Haunted Mansion all day.
keeping your hands,
All right, ride number 3. Here we go. We will point out the pineapple we have spotted.
para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro.
But it's a little further in, so we'll just enjoy the ride for now.
Gracias. Welcome to It's a Small World. For your safety, please remain seated throughout your voyage, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat, and please watch your children.
Yay, we get the real ride.
fake pineapples in the market. You can see they're kind of like shiny, right? But then if you look up, that's a pineapple. That's a totally real pineapple. Right by the little guy on the roof. No idea. Wonder how long it's been there. It's a total joke. Someone stuck it there and was like, oh, this is gonna be funny. And they forgot and left it there. It's like Pink Panther vibes. stopped for the first time today. Hopefully not stopped long.